Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This end of day report is for trading on Tuesday, February the 28th, 2017. Looking at a daily chart now here of the gold futures. As you can see, coming off just a little bit here, getting down into the 1240 range, 1247.90 is where we currently are. And as you can see, basically consolidating within the expanded trading range where we're now supports around 1236 and resistance is around 1265. All right, so we're basically trading in a $30 range in gold right now. And I believe that that's going to continue to oscillate a bit, and we'll probably get into a new high sometime possibly next week. Is what I'm seeing. We're probably just going to consolidate this week and end up lower for the week, which sets up the rally for the following week. So that's kind of where we are right now. We would like to see us stay on a closing basis above the 12 39, 30 range. We're kind of going back to the magic 1240 again. So that's where we are. We were there a week ago. We're talking about the 1240, the 1229, and the 1216 and the 1206. So four very spectacular supports that support this recent gold rally that we're on. So that's kind of the same setup now. We just expanded our top side range, but we're still trading in a range. All right, and this is on the daily. On the weekly chart, we're still in the Kumo cloud. We have not broken out of the cloud. We're just midway deep into the cloud. All right, so 1270 is in play. We just want to see if we can get that 1270 on a close. The jury's still not out. We can still do it this week, but I do think we're going to get into the 1270s here momentarily. So we're going to have to watch the cues, the momentum cues for this one. But as it stands right now, the market is losing a bit of its momentum as of right now. But this is considered, let's see, where we closed yesterday. Yeah, we lost the bullish momentum based on today's close. This right here, what you're seeing, is already tomorrow's trading session. So we're in the next day session. So we're gonna need to get back above really 1250 would seal the deal. If we can close above 1250 for Wednesday's trading, that would be great, because then that would put the floor in for this support and then get us into a close of 1270 by Friday. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're still consolidated within a range. Taking a look at silver. Silver is holding its own. It's not showing that kind of weakness like gold is. So out of the two, silver is the strongest, and it's looking good right here. Taking a look at the US dollar index. The US dollar index also is beefing up, trying to get back topside of the Kumo cloud. Like I was warning, it wants to get back up. We need to get to the 102 handle. I think that's possible. 102 is in play, whether people like it or not. A close above 101.50 would set the course for that 102 close for sometime possibly next week. Maybe we'll give it 2 weeks. We'll give it a 2 week time frame. Looking at the bonds. All right, bonds are pretty much like gold. Just really, you can see the chart is just stretched out. This is a hyper elongated chart here, as you can see. We're still trading basically within January the 5th's trading range. That's all we're doing. We're oscillating between 150 and 153. That's it. All right? That's all we're doing. All right? 150 to 153. Market's not being allowed to fall below it, and the market's not being allowed to rally above it. It's just a total mess. And this is the daily chart, and you can just see we're just totally stretched out and elongated. Looking here at the weekly chart in the bonds, pretty much the same picture. It's trying to rally off of this um, this weak low here. Try to build a base, trying to set the tone for a rally. All right, and we're squeezing and narrowing in now, so it is a possibility that it could try to break out or even break back down again. We'll see what happens here. I don't think that I don't think it's going to necessarily break down. I think it wants to rally from here. All right, but with the Fed's policy of shock and awe, surprise, raising rates in between meetings, doing it sometime in March. We'll see what happens. I think there's going to be a Fed rate hike in March in between meetings without warning, middle of the day, the trading session, so that they can gauge the market's response and see people's reactions, gauge public sentiment. They've done it before, so the precedent is there, and we're long overdue for them to do it again. It's been quite a while since they've done that. All right, taking a look now at crude oil. Crude oil right now is also elongated and it's hanging out. It needs to close above 55. If it can do that, then the race is on to the top. All right, let's take a look at GDXJ for a moment. All right, GDXJ on the weekly chart is extending to the downside here, as you can see. Pulling up the daily chart. All right, so we're bearish on both time frames. We are now, without question, bearish on the momentum gauge, and we've dropped below that last support. So it could crash through the Kumo cloud like a hot knife through butter. And we're giving back quite a bit of gains here. So this is problematic. We do have some price destruction, and we have technical damage now on the chart. Can it find a floor and just surprise us and rock it back up again? It's possible, but it's looking bad. So let's see here what that has to do for the JDST. Well, here's your JDST, and it is catching a bid. All right, got to get up to that 2129 resistance. So 2129 is now in play for JDST. Looking at dust. Dust is also getting right next to that 34.93 resistance. All right, so we'll just say $35 is resistance. A close above that $35 would open the door for a 40 run, for a run to 40. So I think the market does want to run to 40 at least. So $40 is now in play in the DUST. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ right quick. See if we can find any cues looking at the chart. Alright, it's kind of looking like gold a little bit. Alright, still has its bullish complexion. And it's still bullish the momentum here. Let's see. Yep, still bullish the momentum. But since equities are better priced, let's see what we can find in the QQQ. See if we can find a different clue there. Alright, in the QQQ, we are bullish the momentum as well. And we just came off of a new high, and we're in a very narrow trading range right now. Last week was a narrow trading range as well. So with that said, the markets are just hanging out. On a weekly though, we do need to stay above 128.15. So as long as the market can stay above that 128.15, I think the bullish complexion remains intact, and the NASDAQ as well. So with that being said, let's look at natural gas. We'll end it here. And let's see what's going on since we rolled over the contract from Friday. All right, so here we are in the 270s. Looks like the market wants to make a run to the 280s. All right, looks like 280, 2874, and then back to the $3 handle. All right, so from 287 up, back up to 307. So looks like the first line of resistance is that 287. Can it get to 287? I think so. I think 287 is in play. It is in jeopardy of being violated. A failure to close above 287, though, will open the door to test the lows. So we're at a crossroads. Where do we go from here? Natural gas? We'll have to wait and see. So remember, postwavetrading.com, you can come and learn how to trade and navigate these rough waters that we call Wall Street markets. Learn how to hedge your portfolio of physicals. Learn how to profit from what the central banks do and don't do. Learn how to profit from what the Fed does or doesn't do. Postwavetrading.com. Remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace. Expanded trading range where we're now supports around 1236 and resistance is around 1265. All right, so we're basically trading in a $30. As you can see, coming off just a little bit here, getting down into the 1240 range. 1247.90 is where we currently are. And as you can see, basically consolidating within the, as what I'm seeing, we're probably just going to consolidate this week and end up lower for the week, which sets up the rally for the following week. So that's kind of where we are right now. We would like thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This end of day report is for trading on Tuesday, February the 28th, 2017. Looking at a daily chart now here of the gold futures range in gold right now. And I believe that that's going to continue to oscillate a bit, and we'll probably get into a new high sometime possibly next week.